Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach here at Cap Recovery Center. This is our family meeting for today. And this article I have is from addictiongroup.org. So if you like this article, you can go to addictiongroup.org. And the article I have picked is Building a Support System in Recovery, a step-by-step guide for the individual and the family. So I'll hop right into it. What makes a strong recovery support system? Recovering from addiction can be harrowing and isolating, but it doesn't have to be. The love and support of those who care for you can bring warmth and strength to your recovery journey, even during difficult times. A solid support system is an important factor in long-term addiction recovery. They can help prevent isolation and depression, which can reduce the likelihood of a relapse. They can also encourage you and motivate you to continue your recovery journey. A good support system can care for you and keep you accountable for your actions. But what makes a healthy support system? In this article, we'll explore what it means to build a support system. Yeah, so if you're an addict and you're seeking recovery, we definitely need a support system. We need people that are trustworthy, that you can confide in, and that can be family, friends, support groups, meetings. So, I tried to do this alone for the longest, many, many years, trying to get clean on my own, and it never worked until I surrendered and seek some help, professional help. Then for aftercare, the support of my family, support of my sponsor, the meetings, mentor, my pastor, stuff like that, where I seek my support is where I got my help. The next one is who should be part of your recovery support system. Everybody's not for everybody, so you have to be careful who you pick to be in your circle. I sure did. The people in your support system should be understanding, empathetic, trustworthy, and compassionate. It should include people who are good influences, care for you when you need it the most and are open about communicating their boundaries. You should ask these people outright if they'd be willing to help you in your journey and if they be open to your relying on them for extra support. Supporting someone recovering from addiction can be taxing. So make sure you clearly explain what you will need. While your support system can be great for your recovery journey, remember that aren't there to solve all your problems for you. Understand that some people won't be up to the task as well. You should consider the following when building your support network. Yeah, we have to be careful who we pick to be in our circle. You know, Even not in recovery, just in life in general, we have to be careful who we trust, who we confide in. I'm very cautious and aware of my surroundings and the people that I surround myself with, because you know uh, where I came from and the lifestyle that I lived, it was all around mistrust, not being honest, um, what I can get from you and what you can get from me. So you have to be careful who you surround yourself. And since I've been in recovery, you ever heard that saying, people, places, and things? It's very true. Um, I don't hang out with the same people that I used to use with. I don't hang around the same places. Um, I don't put myself in sticky situations anymore. I'm very conscious and aware of, who I choose to trust and who I want in my life. So I definitely need a strong support system. And I have that today. Like I can call in the middle of the night somebody. I have plenty of phone numbers that I can call and somebody will pick up. It might not be the first one, but definitely down the line somebody will pick up and they will help me. So I have people in my corner that's trustworthy, reliable, productive member of society. Um, they would help me and not want anything in return. Just honestly want me to do good. And, that's what got me where I'm at today. So we'll go to number one, family and friends. Opening up to family and friends about addiction can be daunting, but these people are often the ones most willing to help you recover and stay sober. These people often want the best for you. Recovery included, studies show that when a family member has an addiction, it can lead to various negative consequences. These problems can include stress, health issues, financial problems, and more. It may be helpful to consider family therapy as uncovering family dynamics and potentially conflict within the family can be helpful. The reason for addiction may even be rooted in family issues. And by addressing it, you open the doors to understanding, healing, and healthy familial relationships. Um, and it talks about, where your addiction stems from can be through the family. There might be a lot of addiction that you grew up around and then you start to be a part of. So if that's like what's going on in your situation, there's always counseling and therapy. So you always want, somebody that knows what they're doing, right? You want you want professional help. You want the proper treatment. We can have opinions, we can have say-sos, and we have our own beliefs, and we can help you as much as we can, but taking suggestion of getting professional help. Like I said, counseling, therapy, therapist, family therapy, family counseling. It's always good to get somebody, like get a healthy medium or somebody in the middle to correlate some things. That's very helpful. And it talks about opening doors to understanding and healing. That can build more of a healthy relationship. Something that was broken can be rebuilt through the proper treatment and professional help. Number 2, sponsors or mentor. A sponsor or recovery mentor can help you through addiction recovery. When choosing a sponsor, it's important to find someone reliable, trustworthy, and understanding. They can help you in different ways, including offering friendship and support, teaching you coping strategies, helping you manage cravings, supporting you through a relapse, hold you accountable for your actions. Sponsors are typically people who have recovered from addiction, and as well, because of this, they can offer advice based on experience and provide a unique perspective on recovery. Just for the addict, right? I have a sponsor, and that's like my first true relationship. Think about it. I had many relationships in active addiction, right? But they were unhealthy relationships. Even with my family, because it was all rooted into me. I was using drugs and alcohol, so I caused a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of grief, and it was unhealthy. This true relationship with my sponsor built other relationships in my life. I rebuilt my relationships with my family, my friends, my new family, my new friends, and as a family member, you need your outlet too. It's like it's a family disease. It's not just the individual, right? It's just not the addict. It's the family disease. So they need to go through their process too, and it doesn't have not going to be a sponsor, but it could be a counselor, a therapist. Because it usually, just my opinion, sometimes it just don't work. If the addict is, working on themselves and the family's not, it's going to keep clashing, right? Or if the family member's doing all the work and the addict is still like at bay and not working too much of recovery, they're still going to clash. So when they work together and work separately, but they need professional help so they can heal and deal with what's going on. So it's always to get somebody that supports you. Number 3, therapist or counselor. A therapist or a counselor plays an active role in your recovery. From beginning to end, they provide a safe, non-judgmental space for you to explore your relationship with the substance abuse. They often work with doctors and other health professionals to create an addiction treatment plan tailored to your needs. They also offer a wide range of therapeutic techniques to help you manage cravings, triggers, and other problems you might face in recovery. Therapists and counselors are also equipped to deal with the psychological and emotional weight you may be carrying. While friends and family are there to support you, they may not have the coping mechanisms or skills needed to handle the intense emotional swings involved in addiction. Yeah, so our families and friends is a great support system, right? And like I'm a recovery coach, so we're a great outlet and a great support system. But like it's a different perspective, and when you get a therapist and a counselor and they know what they're doing, it gives you a lot more help than you need. For me, since I've been in recovery, I like all the help I need. If it's like I said, I sponsor, I go to meetings, I go to church. So I do a lot for my recovery, and it's always good to seek help, and get professional help. Because that's if you want to uh, live your life without using drugs and alcohol, some of these things you I want to say you must do. Let's see here. Support groups. Support groups provide a community of people with similar experience. They can help you feel less alone when you're struggling with addiction and offer different perspectives. These groups also allow you to share your stories or experiences benefiting your emotional health. Some examples of support groups include Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, and Smart Recovery. And there's for the family and people that deal with grief and all kinds of other things can be Al-Anon. So there's like a lot of support out there. There's a lot of groups that you can, confide in. I thank God for NA that I choose to go to, and I thank God for my higher power that, it gave me a place where I can recover, where I can work on myself on a daily basis, and it's not judgmental. Yeah, it happens. People judge, people think, but like today, I have a lot of confidence in myself to share and not care if I'm going to be judged or not. These support groups that I go to really saved my life, still is to this day. And I remember when I first got in recovery, I was like, man, I have to go to these support groups and these meetings for the rest of my life. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it, right? Until like it took one day at a time, and some trust, some faith, some dedication, and some work. Working on myself, I began to choose another way of life. And that's through sponsorship meetings and the support of family, friends. And there's here at Calvary Recovery Center, we welcome all pathways. Anywheres but backwards, right? We're trying to get to the destination safe. So that's what we do. We welcome all pathways. Let's go to number 5, your doctor. Your doctor will know what medications you should take during recovery. Additionally, they can monitor how well you've been improving and how much you should be tapering. However, the most important part of having a doctor is for emergency crisis during recovery. You may experience withdrawals or strange other symptoms. In this case, having a doctor on call can be life-saving. It can also be good for you, loved ones, because a doctor can inform them about what they must do for you. Yes, this is very crucial. So, like, when I was in active addiction, I didn't care about going to the doctors, right? I went, but I was drug seeking, right? I went all for the wrong reasons. I didn't care about my health. I was running rampant, through the streets, and I was using, abusing, and this and that, and sharing this and that. So, like, thank God I didn't really catch anything that I couldn't get rid of. So like hepatitis C. There's all kinds of things out there that um, that can kill you. If the drugs and lifestyle is not going to kill you, you know, medical issues, not taking care of yourself. There's a lot nowadays. A lot of people are getting real bad infections, flesh-eating diseases. Terrible stuff. That's all from active addiction. So it's crucial when you get in recovery to get a doctor. I got a primary doctor. I see her every 3 months. Get checkups, blood work. And if I do have something going on, I get the proper treatment. Right? I see a doctor. They're professionals. And they're worried about my well-being. So I take the proper procedures to take care of myself today. Very, very crucial. Like, think about it. We get clean, right? We put the drugs and alcohol down, and we don't worry about our health, right? It will catch up sooner or later. We're not invisible, right? But we have to, take the proper steps to, take care of ourselves. Self-care is crucial. Can therapy be part of your support system? As mentioned before, therapy is an essential part of recovery process. By going through therapy, you can explore your thoughts and behavioral patterns related to addiction. You can discover the root of your triggers and how they affect substance use. In therapy, it can also address any underlying issues of mental health disorder, co-occurring disorders that can contribute to your addiction. A study showing that half of psychotherapy patients improved after 8 sessions, 75% got better after 6 months. So therapy, a lot of you probably heard, addiction and mental health is co-occurring. It's always together. A lot of us don't know if the addiction came first, then the mental illness, or the mental illness, then addiction. Sometimes we don't figure that part out, but they definitely go together, and I definitely learned through recovery, we can't treat one and not the other. Because if we try to treat this side, right, and this side eventually will take over, so you try to take a healthy medium here, treat both. You got to, it's very, very important. Because the drugs and alcohol really can put a strain on your brain. It's sad because I know people, I've seen people, I know people that used and are like mentally unstable now. It's sad to say it like that, but like they don't come back. They're not themselves anymore. They might be physically here, but mentally not good. And sometimes there's no medication for that. So it's crucial, man, to like I learned to hit all aspects in our recovery: the mental, the physical, the spiritual, right? If you hit those 3 keys, man, and a lot of others, that you're well off. You're definitely on your way. Um, so it takes some work, some dedication, takes time. But yeah, therapy definitely can be a big part of your support system, not just for the addict, right? It can be for the families as well. The more the merrier. It definitely gets better. All right. Can support groups aid in recovery? Support groups are a powerful tool for maintaining sobriety. They offer a safe space to share your experience and challenges, surrounded by people who understand what you're going through. Amen. This sense of community and understanding can be incredibly comforting in early recovery, helping to fight feelings of isolation. Listening to other stories of addiction and recovery can also foster a sense of belonging. There are many support groups programs available, including online options, each offering unique approaches and strategies to help you on your journey. Those who participate in peer support groups have reduced relapse rates from 24% to 7%. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So people that engage in support systems and peer support groups talks about reducing relapse. Yeah, like how can you not think about it? You know, as an addict, when you get in recovery, you start working on some things and getting with a recovery coach and getting with a counselor, getting with some therapy, getting a mentor, getting a sponsor, it betters your life. It really does. But like when I first came in recovery, I didn't think I could have a better life, right? Because I was so deep in addiction, right? I put a damper on my family, the many sleepless nights, my family and friends had because I was lost and confused. I was digging myself deeper and deeper. And so I did something different this time. You know, I went to a treatment facility, right? After treatment, I continued my treatment, meetings, sponsor, home group, getting people that I trust. My family's back in my life, most of them. Most of my friends that are, I confide and still trust, or I rebuilt these relationships and made new relationships. Um, so yeah, peer support and getting with coaches and counselors and therapists and all that good stuff definitely is going to reduce relapse rates. Which is good. It's working. Let's go to why are boundaries crucial in recovery support system? Setting boundaries is essential for both you and your loved one. This because if you're recovering from addiction, is physical and emotional taxing, not just on you, but those who you love as well. Having boundaries can benefit your mental health and that of your loved ones in numerous ways, including allowing you to prioritize your needs and practice self care, protecting you from toxic behaviors that can affect you in your recovery, maintaining healthy and respectful relationships by setting clear expectations for support, preventing codependency, avoiding certain situations that may trigger a relapse. Overall, boundaries can help establish healthy connections and protect your emotional well-being. They are important so you and your loved ones continue to express mutual trust and love while understanding that they are there to help you and not go on your recovery journey for you. Yeah, it talks about boundaries. Um, Definitely the addict and the family member it talks about. So there's got to be boundaries and a mutual ground for both sides. Um, because we come in recovery or even active addiction, we're crossing boundaries left and right. There was no boundaries. It didn't matter, right? So when you get in recovery, there's got to be some give and take there, and the family members can cross some boundaries too. So you guys have to have, well, I had to have open communication, right? Open communication because, like, for me, I can cross some boundaries by saying things and doing things, right? But on the family side, can do the same, right? So we have to establish that, like, that's not me no more. We're trying to have a healthy, trying to have a healthy, relationship today. So both sides got to work together. Set some boundaries in play, and stick with them. For both sides, like I said, it's very important because then you don't want the person to relapse and for that to cross boundaries to the family, and then they don't trust you no more. So what I'm trying to say is open, healthy communication, is really beneficial to your recovery. And sticking with the boundaries. Let's go to how do you maintain healthy relationships in recovery? Here are some tips to help you maintain healthy relationships within your support system. Open and honest. There we go. I just talked about it. Open and honest communication. Be clear about your needs, boundaries, and struggles. Practice mutual respect. Be mindful of your support system's feelings and avoid judgment or criticism. Self-realistic expectations. Avoid setting unrealistic expectations for yourself and your loved one, and be clear about what you think is achievable. And these boundaries and stuff like that, and open communication, and practice mutual respect, like especially in life in general, and especially like early recovery, like these things are very important because you don't want to push nobody over the edge. You really don't, for both sides. You know what I mean? Because it's already hard enough, what we've been through and what the family's been through. So like we have to come together and try to rebuild, a new life. You know what I mean? It takes time, it takes work, it doesn't happen overnight. But to maintain a healthy relationship and recovery, it takes a lot of open communication, and it takes a lot of empathy, loving, care, trust, a lot of principles that recovery has taught me we have to practice and put in action into our lives to, live a new life. So it definitely doesn't happen overnight, but it does take time. The last one here is, how do you ask for help when you need it? Yeah, a lot of us, or even me, like we asked for help, but it was all for the wrong reasons. Like, I need help with money. I need help with this. I need help with that. Give me, right? It wasn't truly, I need help with something, right? Asking for help can be challenging, but essential is maintaining a healthy support system. Here are some tips to help you ask for help when you need it. Find a comfortable place to talk about your feelings. Be clear, direct, and honest about your needs. Be patient with your loved one and understand that change takes time. Work together to find solutions and develop a plan that works for everyone. Focus on positive reinforcement and avoid criticisms. Additionally, you should reach out to your doctor or therapist. Seek professional help. Important. Immediately, if you're experiencing an emergency, building a strong support system is an important part of maintaining long-term sobriety. That's my aim, long-term sobriety. That's always say. That's why we do these things in recovery that we talk about, is because I want to have long-term sobriety. I don't want to do a little bit of this. I don't want to do a little bit. I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to do that, right? And that's not, it's good, but, I'm trying to live my life absence-free. I'm not trying to live my life lying, cheating, stealing, not being honest, not being trustworthy, not being accountable, not being reliable. I'm trying to be a better person, and I have to do these things. And when I need the help, I need to ask for it. And especially in early recovery, your support system can provide the necessary support and guidance to keep you healthy. However, it's important to set boundaries and communicate openly with your support network. This can help you set realistic goals and avoid overwhelming you and your loved ones can do. I like this article. I gotta keep this one. But I like this article because it's like it's for the family and the addict. That's seeking recovery. It's for both sides. Both sides have suffered. But it doesn't have to no more. There's ways that we can go about it and seek the right help that we need. And I have a lot of people in my corner today. A lot of people that I can trust and confide in, and it's gonna help me up. But that was a great article, man, and that was our family meeting for the day. And it was on building a support system of recovery, a step-by-step guide for the individual and the family. And this was about addiction.org, addictiongroup.org. If you like this article, you go to addictiongroup.org. Until next time, like I said earlier, my name is Carl, recovery coach here at Cat Recovery Center. You're always welcome to come in. Until next time, we'll see you later.